What's up, everyone? So, what I want to do today is I kind of want to discuss student results and what separates, because I've mentored a lot of students and I've had some awesome results here, and I kind of want to break down what separates what I've been able to see separates those who succeed from those who don't. So maybe you can go out and you can implement this in your own life. So what I've noticed is those people that succeed, my students, people in my life, etc. Those who succeed have two major things in their life that causes them to succeed, all right? One of those things you have to practice. One of those things you have to internalize. The other thing either happens to you or you create it and you make it happen. Now, the first thing is everyone that I've seen succeed follows through with their plan of action and follows through with their plan of action for longer than a week or a month. Now, what I mean by this is success in anything takes a lot of time. Now, even if you can do it in a short amount of time, all right, even if you can change your life in a month, in 3 months, in 6 months with some of these things that I talk about on here, the fact of the matter is you have to spend a lot of time during that time period working on whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And not only do you have to spend a lot of time, but you have to be consistent and you have to understand that you have to put in that consistency. What I mean by that is most people that I see fail, they stop trying in a month or in a week. They just kind of say, it doesn't work, and they give up. When in reality, it doesn't matter how good something works. What matters is how much time and how much tenacity you put into that something. You got to understand that even riding a bike, right? We all understand that riding a bike works. People do it all the time. We also understand that you can learn how to ride a bike in a relatively short amount of time, right? 1 week, probably even less, maybe even a day, right? What would happen? What would happen if you got on that bike and you said, you fell off immediately, right? And then the next time you fell off again. And then the next time maybe you fell off and you got hurt, right? What's going to end up happening is even though you know it works, even though you understand that it works and that other people can do it and that you see people doing it, what's going to happen is your confidence is going to slowly break down, right? Your confidence is slowly going to diminish and you're basically going to give up, even though you understand that it works and that you can learn in a short amount of time. So if you can learn in a short amount of time and you know that it works because everyone rides bicycles, why can't you do it, right? That's the question that you start asking yourself. But the fact of the matter is solely the only reason is because even if something works, even if something is powerful, even if something can be life-changing, there's still a learning curve. And that learning curve has to do with you, with me, with everyone out there. If I'm trying to learn something new, I have a learning curve. So even if other people make it look easy, I have to realize that I personally have to get over the learning curve. I personally have to understand how this works before I can implement it in my own life. You have to understand that. All right. So the first thing is tenacity and not giving up. So many people fail purely because they gave up, purely because they stopped trying way too soon. And I think that in this day and age, a lot of us have a very short attention span. We think that a week or a month or 2 months is a long time. And if we don't see results in a week or a month or 2 months, we give up. If you look back 30, 40 years ago, people would die every single day. They would struggle for years before something finally happened. And us here in the 21st century, we bitch about a month, about 2 months. If our life hasn't changed drastically in a month or 2 months, you have to understand. And you have to take inspiration from those that started 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Because if they look at you and they see that you're giving up after a month or 2 months, they're going to say, this dude is a giant baby, or this girl's a giant baby, right? Because they are accustomed to the hard work. We live in a society where everything is instant gratification. But we have to understand that success is not instant gratification. And you will not get instantly gratified if you just basically think that you're going to change your life in a week. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes momentum, and it takes tenacity. That's the first thing. So first thing, don't give up in a month. Don't give up in a week. Don't give up in 2 months. Stick with something, stay the course, and trust me when I say this, you'll be better off in the end. The second thing that I see most successful people doing, before I move on to that, I kind of want to leave this point with a saying. I was talking with one of my students the other day, and I remembered this saying. I don't remember where I read it, I don't remember where I heard it, and I'm probably gonna, butcher it a little bit. But basically, what it says is the difference between successful people, entrepreneurs, CEOs, high-level executives, and then the average person. The difference between those two people, right, is the successful person makes decisions very quickly and then stays with those decisions for a very long amount of time, right? It doesn't matter what they pick. They say, I'm going to open a franchise. They open it and they stay the course for 5-10 years. They don't waver. They don't change. The unsuccessful person or the average person takes forever to make every single decision and then changes course instantly. So they say, I'm going to make a franchise. They took a year to come up to that decision, and then a month in, when it's too hard, they give up. That is the only difference between a successful person and an average or unsuccessful person. All right. You have to pick something and you have to stick with it for a long amount of time. You can't take a year to make a decision. Every decision takes a year or a month, and then you only work on it for a week, right? You see the difference? And that is why tenacity and the ability to just stay the course is so important, all right? The second thing that I see in pretty much every single successful person that I personally know, my friends, family, students, every successful person that I've ever met or that I ever know has a catalyst. What I mean by this is they have an event in their life that made them want to change. They had an event that made them see what is going on, the way that their life is going, and that they need to make a change. Every single person that I've ever met has had a catalyst. All right. I've had a good friend who's become really successful in real estate. Really successful in real estate. Why? Because he had a child. Because his life changed and he realized that he had to produce, that he had to put food in front of his child. And if you're watching this, you know who you are. I'm very proud of you, like super proud of you. So I've seen it personally, and he's gone on to do in his first year over 100K in real estate. All right. I've seen people change because of catalysts. Just today, I had somebody reach out to me. They didn't want to join the Academy of Wealth Mastery. We kind of talked back and forth. They were a little bit scared of the risk. And then they found out today that they had that their girl was pregnant, pretty much, that they were going to have a child. And they reached out to me and they said, hey, I've had this change of circumstance. I need to do something. I need to take that risk and move forward. So every successful person I've seen has had a catalyst. Some of my students, one of my students has taken an account from $500 to $5,000 in trading. Ben, shout out to Ben. We have Philip, right? He's now making over 100K at his job. I've had Justin buy a new car. I've had Hamza, which I talk about all the time on here. Hamza, just this, like his second month in real estate, he's made $15,000, right? On top of that, when he was young, he was 18, 19 when he started trading and investing. He took a $3,000 account and turned it into over $18,000. These are my students that I talk with every single day. Each and every single one of them has had a catalyst. Each and every single one of them has had an internal moment where they said, I want something better. I know for Hamza, I think, you know yourself better than I do, man. But for me, I think it was college. I think you went to college, you realized that you hated it, and you realized that you don't want to spend 4 years of your fucking life to go make 40K when you graduate, right? So what did you do? I know you've taken a step back from college, you've gone into real estate, and now you've made half of the annual salary of most people in 2 months, right? There's a catalyst in your life that says, hey, I don't want to do this. For me, I don't ever want to work for somebody else. That is my catalyst. I want to own my own life. I want to live on my terms. I want to live or die. I want to be successful or fail because of me. I don't want to work for somebody else. That is my catalyst. That is what propels me every single day. You need to find your catalyst. You need to internalize that catalyst, and you need to make it the fire that keeps you moving forward. That is so important. And then once you find that fire and you find that thing that you're going to do, you stick with it. You stay the course. You do that and you can be successful. If you want help with this, click the link below if you're on YouTube. It's a free training that I've put together. It talks about pretty much everything I've done, my entire journey from start to finish to get to where I'm at. If you're on Instagram, the link is in the bio. My name is Derek. This is the Academy of Wealth Mastery. I will see you in the next video.